Good start. Okay, we're on. We're live. This is Don from ECPI. You gotta say your name so we know who you are.
Oh, this is Melissa.
We're on our Unit 3 XP activity. It's a team theory discussion. We've chosen Virginia Henderson's Needs Theory Nursing Essay for review. Virginia Henderson's Needs Theory comes off with she proposed 14 components of basic nursing care. They are based on human needs. They are breathing, eat, drinking, eliminate body waste, move and maintain desirable body position, sleep and rest, select suitable clothing, dress and undress, maintain body temperature by adjusting clothes and modifying the environment, keep the body clean and well groomed, and protect the integument, avoid dangers in the environment, and avoid injuring others. The biggest thing I found on her thing was nursing as an assistance to individuals sick or well in the performance of those activities contributing to health or its recovery or to peaceful death that he would perform unaided if he would have the necessary strength, will, or knowledge. And to do this in such a way to help him gain independence as rapidly as possible. And with that, she came up with 4 meta paradigms, and I'll let Melissa start with that.
So for her 4 meta paradigms, one of them is the person and the individual. She doesn't really define as the person as being just sick or ill. It's mostly anybody who requires nursing care. She theorizes in this needs theory that the individual is one of the biggest factor because she says that the mind and body of a person works as a single unit. And she says that basically we're there to help the individual itself and how the whole health and care, or how they get better to achieve health, the main factor will be the individual itself. And she says that, on this as the person itself, they need to achieve the 14 basic needs. We should have put up the 14 basic needs, but she does have the 14 basic needs, like breathe normally, be able to eat and drink adequately, eliminate body waste, be able to move and maintain desirable posture, sleep and rest, suitable clothing, maintain body temperature with a normal range, keep body well clean and groomed, avoid dangerous environment and avoiding injuries, communicate with others. It also includes some including worshiping according to their faith, and work in such a way that they'll achieve a sense of accomplishment. There's 2 other ones, which is play and participate in various forms of recreation, and then just learn and discover anything that would satisfy their developmental needs. So basically, on this theory needs, the main component for her is the person itself, which, of course, that's who we're providing care for. The other component on her meta paradigm is the environment, where if we read through the theory, it does tell you that the environment affects the person or how they're gonna achieve that health goal that they have. It's not exclusively, according to your theory, it's not exclusive to like where you live or the physical environment, but rather who's supporting you, like the family that's gonna support your care and help you get better, or how much basically social support you have that will help you achieve those health goals. I think it's your turn.
Yeah, it's my turn. One of the other meta paradigms she came up with was general scope of health. It says, apart from basic nursing care, nurses play an important role in promotion of health and prevention of illness through health education, which is, I guess, the fact why we're all here. So we can become better educators also with our patients and with our subordinates and our upcoming new nurses that are coming to be, to teach them the impact that the role we actually have with our patients, because we're the first line with them, and to actually get them to understand that they are a team player in their own health and they have to kind of take responsibility and step up with that program. Age, culture, physical and intellectual capacities, and emotional balance can affect health. And it's just, I think as being a nurse, you have to kind of encompass all those factors when you have your interactions with your patients, because nothing's worse than walking into a room and having someone talk over your head, especially when it deals with your health and you have no idea what they just said. And I think a lot of that was with the doctors and the nurses, that we have to be on the same team, but we have to watch our language in front of the patients to make sure they understand what's going on. Promotion of health is also more important than caring for sick, which, that's just general knowledge because that's why we're here. Another paragraph she came up with was just nursing. And nursing profession uses assessment, diagnosis, care planning, intervention, and evaluation in the care of a person. And again, a lot of these theories that I found, it's all rhetoric. It's all the same stuff we learned in Nursing 101. We're doing our care plans, the assessment, the diagnosis, the planning, and the interventions. But I think a lot of us are forgetting the reevaluation to make sure it's working. Nurse-patient relationships is an important factor in the patient's recovery, but you have to be there and you have to be wholehearted, because they can tell when you're faking and just doing your job than you can if you're just, they'd rather hear you say the truth and have a genuine feeling than talking over their head and acting like somebody you're not. The nurse assistants, the patients to gain independence, they're our right hand, so we have to educate them and give them a firm line of guidance and what we need to be done with the patients to help us and to help them to kind of keep an even balance and keep on track to maintain their goals. The nurse-person relationship is an important factor in a patient's recovery. I think we already went over that with our paradigms, but with the nursing and the health part, it's kind of a lot of it is the education and the reevaluation of making sure that our interactions are promoting a healthy lifestyle for our patients to gain that independence and get back on that road to a healthy life where they want to be. Anything else?
I think that it just in general, her theory is really helpful in our daily practice, because in the end of the day, you have to basically not just recognize all those needs and how the environment, the health, and their strengths and their weaknesses or limitations, but rather we have to be able to incorporate that to our practice or how we're teaching them. Like if we could be teaching a person or a patient or till we're blue in the face how to eat healthy and all of that, but if they don't actually have the support to help them get there, then it's not so much that they become non-compliant, it's because they don't actually have the right support. So basically we're supporting them. I think most of the time we fail to recognize it's the patient and we have to support their support, if that makes any sense.
Yes, it does. It's also, though, I think we take a lot of things for granted because we walk in a room and just flip a switch and the light comes on and we start doing our thing. But if you're older and you're laying in the bed and all of a sudden turns the switch and flips the switch and that light comes on, it's kind of sometimes a scary environment because you don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, they could be swinging at you.
I have a bad habit when I'm in the ER. I forget to knock on the door before I go in. The curtain's closed and I just walk in, and then I kind of got to check myself because it's like, how would I feel if someone just walked in the room and didn't, announce themselves? So a lot of it is just taking a step back and taking a look at perspectives from the other side, and then I think it makes nursing a whole lot more fun.
I do like her idea that, I think she says that, where is it? Give me a second. She says that the nurse is temporarily the consciousness of the unconscious, the love of life for the suicidal, the leg of the amputee, the eyes of the newly blind, a means of locomotion for the infant, knowledge and confidence for the mother, and the mouthpiece for those weak or withdrawn to speak. So I think it speaks a lot of what her theory is in general. Like we will be there to help them until they get better, but that doesn't mean we're teaching them to be dependent on us, or rather we're helping them to utilize us to get better and be able to take care of themselves.
But I think, you said it right there. We're just the stepping stone to get them back to independence and let them back to their life. And yep.
I do like her theory. I didn't realize she was one of the youngest one because she just passed away not too long ago.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
No, she was like on the 90s. So hey, but then for me, that's still recent.
Yeah. But at least we had people like that to lay the foundation for what we do, and it kind
Yes.
of makes the job a whole lot more enjoyable as we go. So
Yeah, she said it's very, in fact, it impacts the healthcare that provides. Actually pretty similar to Florence Nightingale's theory. So it's basic but yet expanded.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you guys.
All right. Thanks.